Most people mistakenly believe that talking more makes them appear smarter, more capable, and more influential. Yet the reality is the opposite. Every unnecessary word devalues your presence, and every rushed reaction weakens your authority. In workplaces, meetings, and negotiations, those who dominate conversations with constant commentary, instant solutions, or defensive arguments end up training others to tune them out, while those who master the discipline of silence gain a subtle but undeniable power. Strategic silence is not passive. It is deliberate, engaged, and purposeful. It shows that you think before you speak, that you can regulate your emotions, and that you have the confidence to let others fill the space with their uncertainty while you wait with composure. Just as luxury brands create mystique and value through scarcity, your words become more valuable when spoken with restraint and precision. Leaders who understand this principle know that silence makes people lean in, listen, and take note of what is said, because it is rare and therefore impactful. In high-pressure moments, whether in a heated negotiation, a conflict between team members, or a direct challenge to your authority, the weak leader rushes to react, filling the room with noise, while the strong leader waits, observes, listens, and then speaks with clarity when the time is right. This discipline transforms conversations, because silence unsettles others, reveals hidden truths, and positions you as the authority without demanding it. The power of silence also applies to personal growth. By pausing 3 seconds before responding, by beginning your mornings in quiet reflection, by asking thoughtful questions instead of rushing to give answers, and by delaying emotionally charged responses to emails or comments, you shift from being reactive to being intentional. Over time, this practice builds a reputation of calm strength and thoughtful leadership, where people seek your opinion not because you speak the most, but because when you finally choose to speak, it carries weight. Strategic silence turns ordinary professionals into influential leaders, transforms reactive individuals into composed decision-makers, and separates those who remain stuck in mediocrity from those who rise to the top with presence, authority, and respect. In the journey of leadership, many people assume that the loudest voice in the room is the one that carries the most authority. They believe that constant talking, giving instant solutions, or dominating conversations is the key to influence. But Brian Tracy, one of the world's leading motivational speakers and success coaches, often reminds us of a timeless truth. True leaders are not always the ones who speak the most. They are often the ones who master the power of silence. Silence, when used with intention, can be more powerful than words. It creates space for thought, reflection, and understanding. Leaders who practice silence show that they are not controlled by emotions or the need for attention. Instead, they demonstrate patience, self-discipline, and wisdom. By pausing before speaking, they not only gain clarity in their own thoughts but also make others feel valued and heard. In this way, silence becomes a tool of influence, respect, and authority. Think about the greatest leaders in history. Many of them were not known for constant talking but for listening deeply and speaking with impact. Silence allows leaders to observe situations from different angles, gather more information, and respond in ways that bring solutions rather than confusion. In negotiations, for example, silence shifts the balance of power. When one party falls silent, the other often feels pressured to fill the gap, revealing more information than they intended. This simple but powerful technique shows that silence can be a strategic weapon. Brian Tracy teaches that silence is also a sign of emotional intelligence. Leaders who can remain quiet in moments of conflict or pressure prove that they are in control of themselves. They don't let anger, frustration, or fear push them into reactive decisions. Instead, they wait, analyze, and then respond with purpose. This level of self-control inspires trust, because people naturally follow those who stay calm under pressure. Another important aspect of silence is that it makes your words more valuable. When you speak less, people listen more. Just like a luxury item that is rare and therefore precious, your words become meaningful when they are not wasted. If you talk constantly, people may ignore half of what you say. But if you remain silent most of the time and speak only when necessary, your words carry weight. They are remembered, respected, and acted upon. Practicing silence also strengthens relationships. When leaders listen more than they talk, their team members feel understood and appreciated. This builds loyalty and commitment. A silent leader is not absent. Instead, he is fully present, giving his attention to others and creating an environment where everyone feels valued. In conclusion, silence is not weakness. It is a sign of strength, maturity, and confidence. Brian Tracy emphasizes that leaders rise to greatness not because they speak the loudest, but because they think deeply, listen carefully, and speak wisely. Mastering silence transforms you from a noisemaker into a decision-maker, from a follower into a leader. Remember, in a world full of noise, the calm voice of silence will always stand out, and that is what makes you a true leader.